Kia ora. My name is Angel Chan, and I'm the director of the Master of Education Early Childhood Program. In this video, I will provide information about this wonderful program offered by the University of Auckland. Let me briefly introduce myself. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Auckland's Faculty of Arts and Education, and the director of the Master of Education Early Childhood Program. My research primarily examines issues related to language, culture, and identity, the sociology of childhood, transnational parenting, critical multiculturalism, and the phenomenon of superdiversity in education settings. These issues are examined in some of the courses in this program. In this video, I will provide an overview of the program, including its structure, courses, estimated required study hours, potential career outcomes, entry requirements, and the application process. You will also hear from two of our students about their experiences in this program. The Master of Education Early Childhood Program not only provides you with theoretical understanding across disciplines such as psychology, philosophy, education, and sociology, but also supports you in applying theoretical knowledge to work settings, thereby connecting theory and practice. This degree will help you develop advanced expertise in child development psychology, leadership, curriculum and pedagogy, and contemporary perspectives of childhood studies and sociological concerns in the early years. This degree is a sought-after qualification which can advance your career, enhance your leadership competence, and shape the future of early childhood education and other fields and sectors with an early childhood focus. This program is highly relevant to early years teachers, tutors, and lecturers, researchers, social workers, early years policymakers and analysts, and play therapists and curriculum experts. If you are considering advancing your career, taking on a leadership role, and advocating for diverse learners and communities, this qualification is for you. Even if you are not currently considering these opportunities, this degree will motivate and prepare you well for exciting and rewarding adventures. Let's now look at the structure of this program. You can choose to enroll in the taught or research pathway. If you choose the taught option, you will complete 6 courses. If you choose the research pathway, you will complete 3 courses and a thesis. You can also choose to enroll as a part-time or full-time student. The course content will be delivered via lectures and online resources. Now I will provide an overview of the 6 early childhood courses in this program. The delivery order of these courses may differ for each student, depending on when you start. This means that as you move through the program, you will get to know a community of learners at different stages of their study, and you will learn from each other. The 6 courses are Global Childhoods, Child Developmental Psychology, Childhood Studies, Early Childhood Leadership, Early Years Pedagogy, and Early Childhood Curriculum. These courses are multidisciplinary, covering a wide range of topics relevant to early childhood. Each one will offer you something different and inspire you to learn more about the topics discussed in the course. If you choose to enroll in the research pathway, you will complete 2 of the early childhood courses mentioned in the last slide, 1 research methodology course, and a thesis. You will choose a research topic, and a research supervisor will support you during the completion of the thesis. Upon completing the program, graduates will have multidisciplinary knowledge, strong critical thinking skills, and the competence to advocate for diverse communities and stakeholders. They will be sought after by world-ranking universities seeking promising doctoral candidates, and by different professional sectors, opening unlimited possibilities. So, where will this program take you? Here are just a few possibilities. Taking on leadership roles in the early childhood education sector, becoming a researcher, curriculum specialist, and pedagogical advisor. Or serving as a professional specializing in early childhood issues and a play specialist. The University of Auckland has continued to rank in the top 50 globally for education as a subject, with world-class researchers and academics. This degree offers global employment possibilities. The university provides a range of support for its students. It is located in New Zealand's largest city, Auckland, with many social amenities within walking distance. Now let's hear from 2 students about their experience of this program.
Kia ora, my name is Manpreet and I'm an early childhood teacher here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I'm doing Masters of Education from the University of Auckland, which is closely related to my ECE practice.
Kia ora, my name is Rupeshika and I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I'm pursuing my Master of Education at the University of Auckland. I came to the University of Auckland right after I finished my bachelor's in teaching English as a second language at the University of Kelaniya from Sri Lanka.
So Rupeshika, what brings you to education?
My passion in education is deeply grounded in my family, where my mother is a teacher. That's where I thought that I'd explore my possibilities in education. What about you, Manpreet?
Something that I really enjoy being around kids is seeing the world from their eyes, that wonder, that fascination and that excitement in every little thing that they see. Sometimes as adults we forget to look at the world in this excitement and the wonders that it has got. But being around kids, that enables me, and that's something keeps me glued to ECE.
The favorite part about that is the agency of a child, because we tend to, not give their voice a chance most of the time. Like, it can be unintentional, but throughout this program, I actually learned, even it can relate to my own childhood as well. When I was studying in this program, a lot of assignments actually focused on our perspectives as well, connecting our experiences with the wider education context. I think that has been the best experience for me with regard to my childhood, and where I connect that to this program. I finished my undergraduate studies in a state university in Sri Lanka at University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka, and I did my undergraduate studies in TESOL, teaching English as a second language, and I worked there for like 6 months as an assistant lecturer in the same university, and I decided I need more understanding about the wider education context. That's where I decided to pursue postgraduate studies at the University of Auckland.
So why did you choose the taught option for Masters of Education as compared to the research option?
I finished my bachelor's with a research component in it, so I decided to go with a taught option this time with my postgraduate studies. I was lacking knowledge about early childhood. That's where I selected the Master of Education in Early Childhood with a specialization. So I would say, with regard to my career aspirations, I could go into leadership and, or into academia and use the knowledge that I gain from the program and then apply the knowledge more critically into the wider education context. So you are doing research option for your master's.
Correct.
Why did you select that?
Doing Bachelor's of Education helped me have deeper understanding of pedagogy and curriculum. However, Master's of Education is helping me add to that experience, not only add, but to be able to think about policies and practices which have an impact on our daily practice as a teacher. And at the same time, if you are doing a research option, then you can bring in your lived experiences and inform those practices directly and indirectly.
As an example, if you take policy and practice, what is missing, what is the gap? So you'd be able to identify, the broader context. It is thinking about it more critically, more in a more analytical manner.
Yeah, I totally agree. Looking into the policy and practice gaps that are there and how, as teachers, we can bring those gaps together.
So you are working right now in ECE right now while you're studying. So how does it feel like, and how are you managing your studies while working?
Yeah, it can be overwhelming, but having a great support system here at the university, like class reps, OSA, and the lecturers themselves are super supportive. You need help, they're available via email and face-to-face during lectures or after lectures. The availability of them attending to the concerns or any questions we might have has been super helpful. And the tribe I have at home to help me out with my studies and take some workload off me. That has been great. So Rupeshika, why did you choose to learn on campus as compared to online option?
The resources and the support that you get on campus is tremendous. So you get to interact with your lecturers like face to face. And if you have any questions, any concerns, let's say regarding your assessments or regarding anything that you don't understand, they'd actually provide you with support that you need. And also the services such as library services and other related services that are available on campus for students. That's fantastic for me. There has been a great support system for me as an international student.
Yeah, mine's the same as well. I'm a sort of person who likes to see people face to face, and that connection needs to be built before teaching and learning happens. So that fosters my need that I have of connection before I delve into academic stuff.
I should add to that actually the clubs that are available in the university. I actually made a lot of friends in the university while studying because I was on campus most of the time. So I love the city, of course, and it is a very multicultural and, a vibrant location for me.
What has been the highlight for you in Masters of Education at the University of Auckland so far?
During the Global Childhoods paper, where we had to apply our knowledge more critically into wider contexts, which are like, more into advocacy for children. Those areas are some areas that we often overlook. And also I studied some papers related to inclusive education during my study period, which I gained a lot of knowledge about policy, advocacy, and, inclusive settings, and also both global and local contexts. So it has been a really pleasure, like I gained a lot of knowledge with regard to those areas about the wider education context. So what about you?
I enjoyed meeting people from all around the globe. listening to their experiences of teaching and learning in ECE centers and primary schools has been a tremendous amount of gain of knowledge. And someone I met last semester they did a paper exchange from a university from Australia, and I got the privilege to participate in their study that they are doing this semester. That has been a highlight, having those connections made overseas at the same time you're teaching and learning, not only from your lecturers, but from your peers that you meet from all around the world. Something that amazed me was that the cohort was not only from early childhood education, it was from all teaching backgrounds, such as primary, and I know a couple of students that were from secondary as well, and you're an example who's got expertise in English language teaching and learning. So that was something that really helped me to get to know people and their backgrounds. At the same time, we were helping each other in our teaching and learning, and then making those conversations in classrooms are more critical and in depth.
So for me, in terms of, what surprised me the most in this program is I got to learn there are a lot of areas that are related to especially this critical point of a child, like children coming from diverse backgrounds like cultures, ethnic diversities, and, vulnerable situations or inclusive situations. So I got to learn a lot of surprising facts related to those areas and how we can critically, engage in those discussions while connecting, the theories and practical scenarios into the learning journey.
It helps me delve into the questions such as whose knowledge is valued and acknowledged in ECE, and how teachers can support those children coming from diverse backgrounds. In early childhood education, you are not only scaffolding children's learning, fostering their development and thinking, but at the same time involving their cultures, their identities, the languages that they bring in. You are not only helping them learn, but at the same time you are learning about the funds of knowledge, backgrounds, the identities that they bring with them. That is something that stands out for me and keeps me in ECE. What I will advise my fellow teachers is, please do come and do Masters of Education here at the University of Auckland with a great support system here.
Let's now look at the entry requirements of the program. To enroll, you will need a bachelor's degree in education or a similar undergraduate degree with a GPA of 5 or higher, or a bachelor's degree in the relevant subjects or a relevant professional qualification in education, and have completed the postgraduate certificate in education from the University of Auckland with a GPA of 5 or higher. If you are unsure whether you meet the entry requirement, please visit one of our student hubs to discuss pathway options, or submit your query using the address here. Please use the address here in blue to submit your application. Ensure you have the required documents, including your CV and academic transcripts, if you have not previously studied at the University of Auckland. You will need to provide certified proof of identity after your application is approved. I'm now going to provide answers to some of the frequently asked questions. What career opportunities or advancement can I expect upon completing the Master of Education Early Childhood program? This program can advance a range of career possibilities because the courses are multidisciplinary and cover critical topics that support students become sought-after leaders in the field. For example, becoming leaders of early childhood centers, early childhood curriculum and pedagogical specialist, play specialist, professionals focus on the learning and development of young children, or engage with and advocate for children and families, and many other possibilities. Do you consider teaching experience from overseas? What if you are an international student and don't have knowledge of or experience in New Zealand? Would the lack of contextual knowledge be limiting? Overseas teaching experience is accepted. Even if you live overseas and do not have recent experience in New Zealand, each course will systematically introduce the local context. You will be encouraged to apply the concepts and theories introduced in each course to your specific context, whether it is New Zealand or overseas. So a lack of context will not restrict your engagement in the courses. Additionally, the lack of New Zealand experience will not affect your assessment performance, as most theories and concepts are not context-specific and can be applied in international settings. Having said that, most students appreciate the opportunities and enjoy investing the time to learn about or revisit the New Zealand context. If I'm offered a postgraduate certificate in education, will that lead to the master's? If you get a B average or higher in the two courses in the postgraduate certificate, you can get entry into the master's. Applying through the certificate pathway doesn't add any additional time to the master's degree, as the certificate consists of the first two courses in the master's program. Are any of the courses focused on diverse cultural learning contexts? Content related to diverse cultural communities is woven through the various courses. For example, we examine Māori childhoods in the Childhood Studies course. In the Early Childhood Leadership course, we looked at cultural leadership and policies that affect Māori and Pacifica learners. Are there examinations for any of the courses? What are some examples of the assessment? There is no examination in this program. Usually, there are 2 to 3 assessment tasks in each course, and the lecturers will design a variety of these courses. Most tasks expect students to apply their understanding of the readings and course content to practices in settings with which they are familiar, such as applying theoretical perspective of childhood studies to early childhood education or school settings. Some assessment examples include developing an advocacy project for children and writing practice guidelines for teachers, social workers, or play therapists to work with children and their families. Will I be able to apply my current workplace experience to any assignments? Yes, all assessment expects students to connect what they have learned in the course to their own work experiences and professional contexts. Thank you for watching. I hope you find this useful. The Master of Education Early Childhood program is fantastic. I'm sure you will find the multidisciplinary courses exciting and valuable to your career and career advancement. You can scan this QR code or visit this address for more information.